It used to be once you got a plan that worked, you just kept it because you were not going to spend 3 more weeks trying to find a second one. And so you just kind of like whatever you figured out first is what you went with. And last year we got a ton of new students in the summer. We had to add sections, but we didn't have the time or manpower to recreate the schedule. And so we were kind of locked in. And so this year, like we started early. And then even in May, well, I guess it was late April, we had a teacher who said, I really need to be part-time and I would really only like to work in the mornings. And so then we had to like refigure the whole schedule, but it was easy because I just went in Schedule X and said, okay, this teacher is now teaching these 2 classes. They need to be during these periods, like run it again. And actually I was shocked. I thought this is never going to work. And it actually gave us a better schedule somehow than what we had before and had better fulfillment. So it worked out great. But being able to not feel locked in, I think was the best change for us this year. We started by thinking we have 2 classes where I thought, okay, we need 2 sections of honors chemistry and we need 2 sections of Latin 2. It's never going to work if we don't have that. And the run that we ended up using actually got us down to 1 section of each of those. And so I was shocked. I just thought there's no way we can make this work. And those teachers both were kind of overbooked. And so it gives them each a little bit of breathing room. But I think realizing the things that we thought were musts, like we must have all these sections, are not. And we would have never come to that realization if we weren't using Schedule X. Like if I were doing it by hand, we would have never gotten to the point where we're like, we don't need this many sections of this. And so we kind of left everything else because it worked perfectly in this kind of crazy puzzle that we have for next year. But that is definitely something we'll explore in the future. It's efficient. You can search by a lot of things. You can set all different kinds of constraints, things I would have never thought possible. Like the fact that we could explore common planning, that is not something we would have ever considered. The fact that you can balance by gender is not something we would have ever, it's something we've talked about because every once in a while we get a class that's like all boys and 1 girl. And we always, are like that poor girl, but the fact that we could adjust for that and account for that from the beginning is huge. So I would have nothing but glowing, amazing things to say about the whole process. The team is great. The process is great. The product is great. It feels like you guys have thought about everything or are in the process of thinking about everything. Do you know what I mean? And so I send everyone to me. I will tell all of them all of the great things because it's been really wonderful.